Says we are live. I don't know how well this is going to work. Because right now, my computer is transcoding and sharing a video. So, it's kind of capping the CPU usage. So I don't know if this will work or not, but we'll give it a shot. Hey, John, how's it going? That was quick. He popped in before I could even finish popping myself in. The video. It's a little more now. Check this out. Proto pasta. It's all proto pasta. All of it. All different layers of proto pasta. It actually works. Oops. That didn't work well. There we go. This one works too, but you got to use both hands. This one's a little tall. I need to change the handle. So right now, I need to use both hands. Palm spin it if I can get it to stay up while I do it. There we go. The handle fell off because I haven't glued it on there yet. That is also all proto pasta. This one, once you get to high enough speed, it actually stays up better. Pretty cool, huh? Can't really see the top of it because it's the same color as my shirt. What's up, Mr. Patron? How much longer that stays up? That stays up forever, but it takes higher speed to get it started. I kind of like that the handle pops off. I'm just gonna get it. I got pro pasta. I don't know what to print with it. That needs fancy filament. Well, here you go. Print to top. I will be releasing these files probably tomorrow, maybe Thursday. Gnomes, John, gnomes. Gnomes are so boring. I mean, they were cool when they came out, but how many gnomes can you print? It's like benchies. I love benchies and everything, but enough with the benchies. Benchies are good. Don't get me wrong. They're a great test unit. They work well, but they're annoying. But they're cool. They are cool. This video is going to take forever to transcode. Should have just downloaded it full res because it'll probably take less time to render it at full resolution and upload it to YouTube at, I don't know, 150 gigabytes or whatever it came out to. Yeah, maker coins are good. I really like some of the colors they have now. This, I think this mermaid teal is like my favorite, which you can't really tell. That almost looks blue. But this, well, you can sort of tell the difference. This is High Five Blue. This is Mermaid Tail Teal. It's kind of green, and yet it's blue, and yet it's green, and yet it's blue. It's a wicked cool color. And that is the Galaxy Purple, which I had a nightmare printing with. And they finally said, just do it at like 240, 245, and it'll print fine, which I did, and it did. But the package says 225, 190 to 225, like most PLAs. And I'm like, man, you should really crank up the temperature on, change the label. And we had to label at 250, and then people were overdoing it. So we kicked it down to 225. It's like, just because people are stupid and don't realize that range is a range. You can't have the range not going high. I don't know. That Empire purple is a nightmare to print. It's plain and simple. And even though I did get it to print, it's not. This is the Empire purple up here. It's almost black. It still doesn't print as nicely as all their other filaments. The High Five blue is the best. This is actually all the orange are samples. Those are part of the samples that they were handing out at IRF. I've gotten a couple of them. I can only find one. I know I had two. Mermaid Tail's great. I haven't seen the candy apple personally. It looks really cool. The clover leaf green looks really cool too. The burnt orange, that's what this is right here. Tom's burnt orange. It's all right. I actually like it better in person printed. On the roll, it looks almost brown and kind of poopy. Well, once you print it, the orange really pops, and you do have to print it at a high temperature too. It will print at a lower temperature, but it does a color change when you hit like 225, 230. If you print this at like 230 or above, it gets a brighter orange. The orange really pops at the higher temperature. I don't know why. And then this red is their flat red. It's a matte. It's got the organic fibers in it. Yeah, Tom's orange. Yep, that's what this is. This is just a sample that they were handing out because they introduced it at IRF. And they were handing out samples that night at the party. And I got a couple of samples. And I found one of them. I can't find the other one. I don't know what it is. It's in my room here somewhere. I have it. I've seen it recently. I had them both in my hand at one time. And I can't find them now. But that's life. So what are you guys up to? Anything fun and exciting? The cool thing is, nobody's seen this yet. If you look really close, I don't know if this will work. Is waiting for. That's the whole purpose of this. Murph 2019. Waiting for Murph 2019. So this is what you do because you're waiting for Murph 2019. I don't even know if you can read these, but it says the same thing on here. Each one of these little wings. You'll be able to read it. A little camera. Each one has text on it. Hard to see with all the multicolors too. It's not really helping the text any. I think I'm going to do another one of these tomorrow in I think I'm going to actually edit it some more. Excuse me. I'm going to do another one of these in Polyalchemy. I think this would look so cool in the Polyalchemy. I mean, this actually looks really cool. I like all the stripes, and it's just bizarre. Especially when it gets spinning. All the colors kind of bleed together. I think I want to make this handle a little shorter too. This one's definitely got to be shorter. Just too tall. Which is why it's got to be such a higher speed. Keep this thing from bouncing out. Point's a little tall too. And I actually even had a taller point originally. This was the original point for this. It was way too tall. She wouldn't balance out. But yeah, I think I'm going to redo this handle and make it, instead of just being a perfect little up, I'm going to make it an arc. Make it a little shorter. Why is it I always start yawning just as I start the stream? It just makes no sense. No, they're not on Thingiverse yet, because I'm not quite done with them. I want to do a little, this one I might be ready for. It's got a weird edge right here. I don't know if you can see it, but this is all lofted. And as it came up and goes from the notch to the non-notch, right here is like a weird edge. And it prints okay, but it's kind of bizarre because there's no supports. You print it 100% without supports. You can see that the purple was having issues holding to the bed too, even at 140. I like the color of this purple. This is purple. It looks, I don't know if you can see it in the light, but this is that really dark purple. And I like the color, but the actual filament's just not, I don't. It's the only one of theirs I really dislike. Yeah, I should be releasing them. I'm going to guess. What's up? How'd your stream go? I started watching it. You're doing great with that freaking printer, by the way. Ed, you're doing really awesome. What's up, TK? Somebody want to jump in? I'm going to post the thing if you want to jump in. I actually want somebody to jump in because I want to try my headphones with listening and see if there's a difference and if people notice the difference. I want to do it both ways. So here, if somebody is willing to jump in and BS, I will post this real quick. I don't want to leave it because I don't want to get a whole bunch of people in here. I want to keep it kind of quiet. We'll be deleting that in a minute. But if somebody wants to jump in, let me get my headphones, which some of you haven't seen. I have brand new headphones. Yeah, you're getting better. I mean, even the last time I saw you, not today, because you weren't even working on it today by the time I had to bail out. But the other day I was watching you do it. You're getting it's becoming more and more natural for you to work in Fusion. I can tell. Oh, it helps when I unplug them. Or I try and yank them out. All brand new crap that I'm going to break them. Well, that's what I want to find out. I want to find out. I mean, I don't. My sound quality is definitely better with this mic now all set up the way. Okay, now you got to turn your sound off there on the actual.
I'm trying to close the game down as well. Be back in a moment. Wait.
Can I put these over my hat? Sure, I can. These things they're tiny. They're JBLs. They were on sale on Amazon for like $30. They're normally like $50, and they're Bluetooth. And I was hoping that because I got a built-in mic too, but I did test the mic, and the mic is absolutely horrendously terrible. It sounds like I'm in some deep dark cave off in the electronic world of caviness. I don't even know how else to describe it. But the sound quality for me coming out of these is, I mean, I was actually listening to them last night, just jamming music from my phone on them. They are awesome for $30. And they're way comfortable. I didn't think they would be because the earpiece is really small. But they are so soft. I mean, it's the softest headset I've ever dealt with. And I have a feeling I'm going to wear them out real fast. From what I understand, they pop right off, and you can buy new ones for like $5. And they're JBLs. The only thing I really, really wish I had was a boom mic. If this thing had a boom mic, it would be the perfect headset. But the mic on this thing is just horrendous. But even still, if I can use these in this and get rid of what little echo I still have, I can get much better, it'll be better for streaming. But how much echo? You guys aren't really getting that much echo, right? I mean, this thing's actually gotten a lot better since I don't know, you can't see it, but there's a cloth pad on it now. Plus the shield. Which the last of my echo. But you don't get that much echo from me, right?
No. No, hardly anything.
Yeah, but there's a little there still, right?
You get a little bit of crackle every now and then. I don't know why. You know, like as if you got
That could be just the mic itself because I have the fabric on it. Either that or the connection's bad.
you know, like the sound you get when you're playing around with a headphone jack in the socket. That
Yep.
just that every now and then.
I wonder if I got something clipped too bad and I'm pinching one of the wires. Either that or this, I've got too much coverage. I do have it up kind of high. I just turned it down. That should stop that.
As you can tell behind me, I've had a big move around today.
Yeah, it's really irritating trying to help you on the streams, and it's got nothing to do with you. And it's got to do with the lag and my patience. I have like 0 of them, if you haven't noticed. So I try not to do it anymore. What I would like to do is like have you join a stream like this and sit down and work on it. And basically, I won't say anything, not to guide you at that point, but to have you sit there and working. And that way, instead of me going, trying to type, which that's the most frustrating part for me is my typing is horrendous and slow. I can say, hey, do this. And then it would be instant. And because my biggest problem is when I ask you or trying to, give you a hint or something, you're already like 10 steps beyond what I was trying to get you to do. And it just got frustrating. And I could tell it was frustrating you too. That's why the last time I was trying to help you, I just up and left because I could tell I was just pissing you off as much as it was pissing me off. It's not in sync when I'm trying to type at you. I'm just not in sync with you. We're not only the 5 or 6 second delay, plus if you're not looking at the chat, it's another minute or two until you look up at the chat. It isn't worth trying to do it over text. It's got to be an immediate response thing. But yeah, I would love to do one with you and just sit and watch you do it and give you a couple pointers because in all reality, the way you're accelerating with it, you'll probably be better than me at it within 6 months or so. Because you've obviously gotten it. I mean, I can watch it and you're still having little issues with it, but nothing that's. Yeah. Well, we could do it in a stream. It's just we got to be together. I can't help you and watch it. I don't mind watching the stream and letting you just go. But if I try and my problem is I'm like, no, stop. It doesn't work. So what are you up to, TK? How's that moon? Show me that moon. Have you done anything on that thing?
Not really. Not since the last time I've done anything. It's up there. You can see it behind me at the moment.
You lazy bastard.
I've just moved the whole room around. I thought, well, there's no point having the printers over there out the way. So time to move them behind me. And then it was like, shit.
My video has not changed. What's up, Robbie Matt? Oh, look, he's got his headphones on.
What up, Tuesday Cups?
See, he's wired, though. I hate wired.
I do, too. I've tried wireless, and they just don't work, man.
Yeah.
Well, the mic on these are terrible. I can't use this mic.
I can't get the Bluetooth to connect.
Huh?
I can't get the Bluetooth to connect.
This is like instant with these. All I gotta do is turn them on, and it just connects.
I don't know why every time I got to dick around my settings in Windows in order to tell it which mic to turn on, and the headset will work, but the microphone never seems to turn on for some reason.
Well, that's why I think I'm gonna stay with this mic. It's just with these, I can kill some of the echo that's coming because I'm using my TV speakers right now. That's only 1.5 feet away from the mic, which is why I need all this crap in front of it. But
Wingman, who's your club in the house?
Right now, let's see. Default.
Yeah, I don't have a fancy schmancy mic like you guys got.
I can hear him already. So that should. You there?
Nope.
Okay, that should make it so that's clearer too to me.
Oh, you won't get any echo now, yeah.
Somebody speak so I can hear you.
Testing.
There you go. Yeah, no, it's so much. These things are awesome sounding.
So
I
I'm
mean,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You guys were talking about something that TK was doing.
Oh, the moon in the background there.
The moon.
Oh, the printing of the moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it done yet?
No, I have to reprint another 4 pieces up because it didn't fit properly. I put it together basically wrong. And so I'm going to have to
You
print
put it
another.
together wrong. You just printed the ass backwards.
No. I'm going to print the 4 pieces that were.
Just put it on the dark side. Nobody sees the dark side of the moon anyway.
No, these 4 pieces on here, they didn't quite line up properly.
Didn't the Chinese just do that last week or something?
So I've got. Where is it?
There is no dark side of the moon, really. As a matter of fact, it's all dark.
Oh, talking of which, did you hear that China have just grown now the first cotton seeds on the moon? That rover.
Yeah, the Chinese are going to take over the moon real soon.
I mean,
You watch.
there's a layer missing from there which rips off. So I'm
Oh, wait. Are you printing it the right side out again already?
No, it's still the original one I was working on. I'm going to print them out and just get it together.
Well,
Of all
yeah,
things
still
for them
get
to
that.
plant, they picked cotton and not rice. Is that kind of right? That's probably kind of racist, isn't it? I guess I probably shouldn't say that. Sorry.
Ah,
It might be weird one day we'll be looking up at the moon and it'll be green.
they're going to smoke us the way everything's going, which, I mean, I'm at the attitude of humankind. I really don't care what country. Humankind in general needs to continue in space exploration.
Yeah, I agree. But I think in terms of, China and that, I mean, it's, they're hitting their industrial revolution sort of thing right now.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of time before they get human rights and unions and everything else over there. I mean, it's got to happen.
Don't you remember like 15 years ago when the thousands of people in Red Square there freaking got killed?
Oh, yeah.
They tried that and they failed miserably.
Yeah, but they also didn't have the internet to where there's just so much open communication. It's not even funny.
So you've never been to China, have you?
No, I've not been to China. I mean, but
there is no open communications in China on the internet. The internet is regulated by the government.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
You cannot do what there's like keywords. If you do them, they don't come to your house and knock on your door and say "bad boy." They come and take you away.
You're going to tell me there's not some kind of underground, there's not some kind of information that's coming in
sure
there and everything. I mean,
a little bit, but they're pretty heavily regulated there, dude.
No, I get that.
It's like scary regulated.
I mean, just listen to the way that Naomi talks a lot about women's rights and all kinds of stuff. And how would she know that? But that's what I'm saying. It's just that mentality and seeing what else is happening around the world.
What they care about is anything anti-government, anything union-based, anything non-corporation. They believe in corporations running everything under the government. The government controls the corporation controls the people.
I get that, but I mean, at some point in time, everybody's just going to freaking revolt. And I mean, there's nothing they can do against it.
Yeah, they have the largest growing economy in the world. I don't think they're going to revolt too much.
Yeah, I mean, Russia.
Go ahead. It's a pretty crazy system. I mean, I met with a guy who owned a company that did the molds and die casts for Johnny Lightning, and he was explaining that he has, because we did so many different die cast cars. And they do like a lot of muscle cars and stuff like that. I was like, so what kind of cars do you own? And he said, oh, I have 5 cars. And I'm like, oh, really? Anything nice? And he's like, no, they're just everyday, like a Toyota Celica and a Honda. And I'm like, well, why do you have 5 cars if they're all just regular drivers? And he said, I take a different one every day because I'm worried that somebody will try to kidnap me and hold me hostage and try to get money out of my family.
Yeah.
All their workers live in like a giant dormitory. If they don't show up to work, then somebody goes up to that person's room and says, hey, why aren't you working? And then takes them down to the infirmary to test them and see if they're healthy or not. And if they're healthy enough to work, they, push them on out the door and say, hey, let's get working. And if you don't want to work, go back home.
Yeah, you're fired.
Yeah.
It's just like the Japanese and their ability to schedule and maintain like public transportation to the second of accuracy.
Yeah.
Where we can't. I mean, our trains around here, I don't know about you guys, but trains around here can fluctuate hours, literally, from here to New York. And, the Japanese have it. So if if that train is like 30 seconds late, there's like all kinds of hubbub about it. And
they've got a weird little van type thing they use a lot of over there. It's minute in Japan.
Oh, the little three-wheeled like thing?
No. It's got 4 wheels on it, but it's literally, it looks like a block. It looks like a kid's toy, the way a kid would draw a toy.
Well, they were talking about, I'm sure you watched Top Gear.
Yeah.
When they went over there, they were talking about the little, the little 3-wheeled thing that we all think is like from the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And they're still producing them, and it's like the #1 vehicle in the country in China. I mean, that's still the #1 vehicle.
John Mack jumped in.
It's cheap.
All right.
It's basically a motorcycle.
We have to stop talking about Asians now because John's in here.
Oh God, he's in bed. Let's not be doing a what's his face there in the tub.
Oh, you think I should do a bathtub stream too?
No.
Like Joe Mike?
Yeah, no.
The moose in the bathtub would be kind of cool, though.
What nationality are you, John?
What?
What nationality are you, actually?
My parents from Hong Kong.
Oh, so Chinese.
Yeah, they still live there too, right?
What?
They still live there, don't they?
Yeah.
So what do they think?
Think about.
I don't know.
Was Hong Kong handed back to China?
Yeah, but Hong Kong is still kind of different than China. Real China. This is Hong Kong is still kind of kept one of lots of the British.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I guess I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of influence from the internet and seeing the rest of the world and compared to what it was like 10 years ago? I mean,
yeah, everything is still kind of like UK. Or the plug is still kind of UK plugs.
Do you ever go back and visit them?
A long time ago, not recently.
I wouldn't mind going to Hong Kong. I think that would be fun for a visit. All I hear about is they have the best bathrooms in the world.
No, I think that's Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
Oh, right. That's right. It's Japan.
I think in China, a lot of them are just like holes cut in the ground, aren't they? They just squat over or something.
They do have some of those.
Dude, we still have those here.
Yeah. And it wasn't that long ago before we lost our outhouses as well.
State Park right down here. I used to work there. I used to clean outhouses every day. There's still outhouses in that state park.
Oh, in state parks and stuff, yeah.
They're not allowed. They're grandfathered. They can't. If they literally, if we get one of the outhouses destroyed to the point where we have to build a new one, by law they can't. They have to fill it in. But so we've been taking the outhouses and making sure at least like a half of it is left and rebuilding it, which is basically what I did when I worked there. Is I rebuilt outhouses. I rebuilt a lot of outhouses.
That sounds like fun.
Put new skids on them. They had little tow hooks on them and skids on them so they could just tow them away, shovel out the ditch, and then put it back.
You're right.
And they're just 55-gallon cans with the bottoms knocked out, dropped in a hole. It's all there. And skunks. People don't realize skunks love living in outhouses. Nothing better than going in and dropping drawer and sitting down and getting sprayed in the butt by a skunk. It used to happen all the time there. all the time. Snakes, skunks.
Yeah.
Now they're converting them over to the solar powered ones. Solar powered outhouse.
What needs to be solar powered?
It
Are they pumping water in?
No, it takes the water out. It pulls the water out and it takes all the solids.
Oh,
You add enzymes and wood chips once a month to it.
Has
And,
anyone played with
they pull out
wireframe?
about 100 pounds of fertilizer and sell the fertilizer.
Has anyone played with the wireframe option in Cura in the experimental?
No. I can't use Cura anymore. It doesn't run on my computer. It just locks up and drags.
I don't have a resin printer.
No, that's done on an FDM.
It's an FDM.
Oh, I don't think. I think my printer, the nozzle would have jammed with that much retraction.
Not that much retraction if you do
No,
it. Right?
it kind of like just lifts the head up as it's doing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It doesn't do a layer. It does this. And then it goes
Yeah.
over and does this. And then it goes over and I've seen it
goes
done.
up, then comes down, and then it goes around the top and does a layer, and then goes up like a sawtooth
Yep.
effect all the way around in the layers.
It doesn't do it. It doesn't just go nee, and foot drops in. It goes up and down and around and over.
I don't think I've seen that before. I guess. Yeah, I never tried it.
You do have to dial it in a little bit, though.
Yeah. People have been complaining because if their nozzles are shorter, the heater block will hit some areas.
Oh, I guess Mr. Buttram gonna join because he is the only
Oh,
one
my
that's
wingman.
left in the chat.
I can't stay long.
Jake's in there. Matt's still in there too. He's got to jump in. Come on, Matt, jump in.
I can't stay long. I gotta watch a movie with
Oh,
the
Jake.
Yeah, I'm not staying long either. I just wanted to pop it up. I was just doing it actually because I was rendering a video. I don't know if you guys saw the knives at Fun King and
Yeah.
Country, and Chris Riley's got one too. I don't think he's doing a video on it, but I have a video making Walters.
Oh, you're
drilling it and building it and everything.
You're sending them the knife in the mail?
Yeah, I already did. They already got it.
Okay.
But I recorded building his, and it's rendering it now, which is funny because when I started this stream, it was at 34%, and it just now clicked to 35. Well, I'm transcoding it and I'm downgrading it because I recorded it all in Apple High Res, which is like 280 gigabytes. And I'm kicking it down to regular H263 or 265 or whatever it is for standard broadcast. So it's got to be transcoded and then exported. Sup, Jakey Matt and Mr. Bertram. And who else is still in there? Oh, Ed. Ed's still watching. Ed, you should jump in.
I have to be into work early tomorrow.
Dude, you did a wicked job on Matt's sign, by the way, his little thing.
Oh, yeah, the logo.
Awesome.
I completely missed the mark on the first attempt.
What do you mean?
I did some rough concepts for him, and he didn't like any of them. And luckily, it all worked out in the end. But
yeah, no, that looks cool. I might have to have you do one for me someday.
I think I owe you one. I think you were my 100th sub. And John Mack is responsible for that because he said, whoever's your 100th sub, you should give him like a free artwork or logo design or something.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
So yes.
I remember it because I was like, who the hell said I have to give anything to anybody?
I just want my llama head cleaned up. I went to school to do that. That's what I went to college for.
Just, I
just do 2-dimensional. I don't do 3D stuff though.
So
no, I know. Well, I did both.
A logo then.
But I just can't do it anymore. It's weird. That's what I was very good at it in college. I was like straight A's, no problems in all my art classes. And it's just been so long since I've done any of that stuff that it just doesn't click with me anymore. Back when I did it, there wasn't really computers. it was computer aided. In other words, we drew everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's
we
all
entered it
relative.
into a computer.
Computers make it easier to edit and change colors and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a tool like everything else for sure. I mean, my uncle was a graphic designer, back in the 60s and 70s, and I couldn't imagine, back then he would do concepts and FedEx them to somebody or something like that. Hell, when I started my job, doing vehicle graphics and stuff like that, people would come in. What we would do is we would pen plot an outline of the logo on a van or something like that, and then we would hand color it with marker. And the guy would come in and go, "Yeah, it looks great, but what instead of the letters being red, what if we did them blue?" And you'd say, "Well, come back tomorrow so we can pen plot another drawing and color it in blue." That was just 1993, so it wasn't really too far.
That was about when I was working in that.
Couldn't you
I
use
did that. I
overhead
did styling
projector?
stuff for years.
Just use marker on over projector sheet.
Well,
and
yeah, when I got in there, so what he was doing is he was using the sign software to lay stuff up. And when I got in there, I was like, well, you could use Corel Draw because everything was PC based. So we didn't have any Mac. There weren't Macs that you could hook plotters up to, vinyl plotters. And
there was.
It was all PC. Not in
Well,
93, there wasn't.
It was about when I was doing it.
No, that was Gerber. Gerber was all PC hookup. I mean,
we had Epsons actually. It's why the guy originally hired me is because I knew how to hook the Macs up to his plotters.
I think it was probably around maybe 97 that they started coming out with stuff that you could connect to an actual Mac. So
we actually
that's
he had
why
an inkjet plotter, Epson inkjet wide format plotter, and it was also a vinyl cutter. So
yeah, they didn't even have those. Were unheard of then. They didn't even have printers back then. We got our Gerber Edge was the first printer, and that was in '96. That's like a thermal wax type printer, but they didn't have inkjet printers not for vinyl back then. Especially something that you.
It was in the mid '90s. It had to have been. It was after I broke my neck. Actually, it was before I broke my neck.
Anyway, so I ended up getting Corel Draw. It was Corel version 3. And we put it on a PC, and that way now customers could actually come in and that was half the sale. I mean, you could sit there. They'd say, "What would it look like in blue instead of red?" And you just click a button, and it was blue, and they were just mesmerized. They were like, "Holy crap, that's amazing!" And they would, yeah, let's do that. They were all just excited about the technology. They didn't even.
Yep.
That made the sale in and of itself. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because when I was doing it, he got the inkjet because it was a vinyl printing inkjet. So instead of having to weed all the different colors.
How did you guys laminate it? It had like a liquid laminate?
Didn't laminate. We printed on white. You used a white roll of vinyl and you printed on it.
And then it faded like 3 months outside.
Yeah, well, it lasted a little longer than that because it's not like inkjet like we used. It was a true ink.
Yeah, but I mean, even the salt.
Yes, it didn't last.
Laminate it all.
It didn't last. We did a lot of those. Probably 80% of what we did was like the little vinyl signs people hang on their tents at fairs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you watch Country, he's got his Country 3D sign behind him.
Yeah,
he did a lot of that kind of stuff. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we did. Was we printed those a lot. A lot. That was probably 80% of his business was that.
Yeah, now everybody and their mother can do it.
Yeah. The cool thing is we were doing it on vinyl that was transparent.
Yep, you can backlight it.
Yeah, he was putting it on like I don't know if you guys know any Bradley's or Barker's. Used to be shopping centers like Walmart.
Barker sounds familiar, but
yeah. We used to do a lot of their signage, the big lights on the thing before there was like LEDs and all of that. They were big fluorescent tubes.
Right.
And you have the big plastic sheet that you stuck up against the metal frame.
Yep.
But those all used to have to be custom colored. And we didn't have to custom color them. We'd take those, we'd print it on the clear sheet, flip the thing around backwards, and just jam it on the back side of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was the advantage to doing full color digital printing was that you didn't have to do it in individual vinyl colors anymore.
Well, you didn't have to weed it. You didn't have to. You just printed it. Boom, it's done.
I guess
You know, you need
99
the
is when they
shade.
99 is when we got the ViewTech.
Oh crap! I don't remember when this was, but by 2000, I was working out in Long Island, so it had to have been way before that. It had to have been mid 90s.
I guess it could have been around 96. Because the Edge was spot color. That was slick because you could do. It's real small format though. You can only do 15-inch vinyl on it, but you could print like mirror chrome. It had spot color, so you load each color cartridge in.
Yeah, well, this was like
You
a
could-
regular inkjet, but it really
Right.
wasn't. It was better inks, and it was
I'm
wide
trying to
format.
think of when they had
They
the
were all
registration,
Epson.
everything for both a print and a cut. Yeah, I know Epson was big on that. They were
Epson was like the first one that was inexpensive, and I
right.
think he paid like 10 grand per machine.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap. What was it like? 24-inch or something?
No, one of them was a 4 foot, one of them was a 3 foot, and one was 18-inch.
Yeah, 48-inch isn't a bad size.
No, that was good. That was our main unit. Was a 48-inch. Because most of the time we'd use the 48-inch, even if we needed to do a 24, we'd use the 48-inch because, believe it or not, even though it's more expensive, it was cheaper because we could use a 48-inch, cut it when it was done, and then refeed that into the 24 or the 18 after.
Right.
So
yeah, because it's cheaper per square inch on the larger material.
Yeah, even though it's more material for the roll, you're getting more material.
like a 50-yard roll
Yeah.
per inch cost versus a 10-yard roll per inch cost.
Yeah. It was almost the same price and you're getting twice as much. Was basically what it came out to. I kept going, you're nuts, dude. That's like, it was like $2,000 or $3,000 for the roll of 4 foot, where it was only $1,000 for the roll of 24, but he was getting more length because he was getting 100 foot instead of 35 foot, or I don't know. But the math came out to we were saving a bunch of money by buying the big ass roll.
Right.
And then cutting them. Because other times he just buy the 4 foot roll, and we take a Sawzall to it, cut it right in half, and feed it into the 24s and 18s.
So it was friction fed. You didn't have it wasn't punched.
Yeah, it was just like a regular inkjet.
Okay.
Except for the heads were big tanks on top.
Right.
They held about a quarter ink each.
Yeah, some of the early plotters that we used were so slow, and you had physical weights that you set on top of the cutting head. So if you wanted to cut like reflective vinyl that was much thicker and more difficult to cut.
Yeah, we had all that because it had the ink.
Stack all the weight onto it and all that junk.
It had like 3 or 4 different knife heads too. Because it would cut as it printed too. If you had like if it was a special outline, it would cut the outline at the same time it printed it. It was cool.
Almost ready, dear? All right, I'm out, dudes. I will see you guys later.
Can't go anywhere.
Sorry. Bye.
You can't leave. Not allowed. Oh, that's it. He's fired. Said I'm booting him. Oh wait, he booted himself. Are you really in bed, John?
I'm in bed. It's the bed. I'm
really
laying
scary,
in
man.
bed. I'm not sleeping.
That's really, really scary.
Why?
I don't know. There's just something very, very not right about that.
Well, I'm not really totally naked yet.
Good. Thank you. That's all I need to know. Enough sharing. All right. We just hit 36% freaking transcoding.
I don't think it's going to finish with us streaming.
I don't care. You can run all night.
It'll probably speed up a lot when you're not
Yeah,
streaming.
it still wasn't going fast. It's been going like an hour before I started the stream up.
Now there's some light.
Because I finished it right at before Walter signed off. Like 7 o'clock I started that. I had it all done. All I had to do was hit the share button. And then it transcodes, and then it exports. So it's still transcoding. It's not even exporting yet. converting from Apple Res 422 to movie file format H. What is it? 263 or whatever it is. Whatever all that crap is. So anyway, today was lawyer day. Yay.
Lawyer day?
Lawyer day. All my brothers were here to go visit the lawyers. We're doing all the crap for my parents because they're very, very old.
Oh, setting up the will?
Yeah, we're basically taking over their whole lives. They've gotten, I mean, they're actually very functionable for their age. I've seen people younger that aren't half as functional as those two are, but they've been like forgetting to pay bills and stuff like that. So we're basically taking over everything, so they have nothing to worry about. Well, we are. It's just, you know, you get a bill. My brother's doing all the bills. My other brother's doing all the medical. I'm making sure the house stays whole. And we're just, you know, making it all legal. I mean, we're all doing it anyways. We're just pushing the paperwork through. So if anything came down to it, if they got really bad, the state couldn't come in and say, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Say, look, we've been doing it for 10 years already. That's what happens when you get old. I'm older than all of you, and I'm the youngest of my brothers. My oldest brother is 10 years older than I am.
You're only just older.
Why, how old are you?
52.
Oh, so I got a year on you. Yeah, my oldest brother's in his 60s.
I've lost my mum stick thing.
So you don't look that old. I figured you were in your late 40s, maybe 50.
That's because of my healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. Same with me. I looked out on both ends. When I was 13, 14, I could walk right into a bar. Everyone thought I was 18 years old. No problem.
I got banned from my local on my 18th because somebody asked, the landlord asked one of my mates how old I was. And he went 18, so he banned me because I've been drinking there for 2 years.
When I started drinking, it was still 18. That's how old I am.
I still feel like a 15-year-old, and that's what.
Well, you were always 18. You were never over 18, were you?
Nah.
What's the drinking age in
18.
the UK?
18.
Yeah. This whole 21 thing's a big scam.
We could never understand this, you see. It's like you can't buy a porno mag or watch a porn video. You have to be over 18. But you can have sex at 16. Huh? We just didn't understand that as we grew up, you know what I mean? Was doing the real thing and looking at, you know, because the mags in this country, they're saying they really are, if you know what I mean. There's nothing like the internet.
Yeah. The internet smokes the printed paper these days.
It's definitely sort of. There was a time when you could walk into a local newsagent's in ours and you could guarantee the whole top shelf would be magazines, adult magazines.
Yeah,
now,
the old gas stations and stuff, yeah.
It's all gone.
It's kind of all right, though. Keep it at home where it belongs. Anyway, let's spin a top.
I was going to start a print up, but I can't find me doodad stick to put the card in.
I like my tops. They're pretty cool.
So I guess you have to print it with support.
No, there's no support.
In which direction do you...
3 pieces? They pop apart. The pin pops out at the bottom. You just print it flat.
Okay.
three pieces: the handle, the tip, and the weight. And I just lost my tip. You just snap it together. It just jams in there. Eventually, it'll get glued. I just dropped my tip somewhere, and it's probably long gone. It went down my leg.
It look really balanced for just pressed together.
Yeah, it really wasn't. This one is kind of cool, but you can't hand turn it because it's out of balance where it's too tall. It's a real high speed spin. But if you get it going fast enough, the handle pops off and it'll spin for a while. If it doesn't fall off the end of the desk. And of course, I'm doing it on plywood. This is all just everyday regular plywood, so it's not exactly the smoothest surface. Yep, I'll be releasing these the next day or two. I'm going to do one more, I think, and then release them as a set. This one's definitely a palm spinner. I'm going to see if I can make the handle shorter. If I make the handle shorter and thinner, it should be able to hand spin without as much problem.
I make the spool, empty spool spinner. You just print the handle, you just jab it through the empty spool, and the whole spool is the top. Except the handle that I found online is kind of flimsy. So it keeps snapping off at the neck.
Yeah, because my next thing is I'm going to make it so you can key these in a little better. Right now it's just a circle. I want to make it an actual like star or a key or something. And you can pop.
Or just have a thread that you can just screw on top of it.
Yeah, make it screwed can unscrew though.
Let's put something somewhere safe.
My back itches. Oh, the dry heat. It's just, because it's all winter here. So it's very, very dry in the houses. Makes me itchy.
I got a dehumidifier.
I need to humidify. Winter is a dehumidifier. Humidity is only 31%.
I use ice microline to plumb in the dehumidifier and just have like little float, just like a toilet, inside the tank of the dehumidifier, so I never have to fill it.
Never have to empty it. You mean a humidifier or a dehumidifier?
Humidifier.
Yeah. Oh, I got you. So it's off the main. I got you.
So I don't have to fill it with a tank. I just have a tube plumb into the back.
Basically like an ice machine in a refrigerator.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even spin that by hand. And I lost the tip to the little one. Where'd the tip go? There it is. Yeah, I'm really surprised. I haven't had a freaking. Look how nice that tip came out. Very little. I mean, there's a little bit, but there's very, very little, like, the hot. When it gets that small, it starts doing the yuckies.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you call it, the squirrelies. Not so balanced anymore. The handle's wobbling bad. Yeah, I think I got to make a center pin. It goes from the point to the handle through the whole thing. That way it'll self-center everything too. That makes sense.
Okay, I think I'm going to
come out of shape.
I'm probably just gonna shower and go into bed too.
Good if you could do that with the Maker's Coin as well.
Well, that was my next thought, was to make a Maker's Coin top. I already thought of that. But I really want to make that without a handle. If I do the Maker's Coin top, I want to make this where you put it in like a handle, and then you get the pull zip. You pull it, and it come out, so it would have a bunch of teeth on it. And then it would drop down and just spin as a flat disc. That's why I haven't glued these all together yet, because I still got to figure out how I'm going to pull that one off. That works pretty well. All done in Fusion. And it's all protopasta development. I am going to do it again tomorrow in Polyalchemy. See how that holds up. I think the Polyalchemy will look really sweet. I don't think I'm going to do the striped colors like this, so I'm just going to do like each part in a different color. I might do the handle in 2 colors, just because I kind of like the ball being a different color. And actually, the file I designed this because I designed it really huge.
Yeah.
It's like 250 millimeters in Fusion. And I slice it. It's easier to design everything and do the math, figure all the weights and everything out in a larger format. A little bit easier. Just like the way this notch worked too, because it's like different on each layer. Yeah, it came out all right. I'm pretty happy with it. It works. So why isn't your moon done? It's not like you got anything else to do.
No, during the daytime that I have normal fucking life shit getting in the way.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
That's why I'm usually up at nights, because that's like my time.
Yep, same with me. I'm usually up very, very early in the morning.
If I do that, it knocks me for 6 getting up early.
Yeah,
I mean, not the same amount of hours sleep, but it just knocks me out for the whole day.
I'd much rather get up early, get everything done, and have the afternoon to myself.
Yeah. I've always just been a night owl.
I could do either or.
Eh?
Said I could do either or. I could be a night owl or a morning person.
Yeah.
Oh, Johnny left us, huh? Where's Johnny?
Oh, come on, Cura for the Moai.
What's the matter?
Oh, it's the software for Cura for the Moai. I use Cura, a special edition for that, but it just takes forever to load up.
Yeah, that's well. You know how to fix that, don't you?
Don't use it.
Get rid of all the unused printer profiles. Like halves the load time.
There's nothing else on there. It's just this one, as far as I know.
No, they're all on there. That's the problem. They're all on there.
All right.
I don't know how to do it on a PC. On a Mac, I just right click and go into the contents. But wherever all your preference panes are and everything's stored,
yeah,
all of those, there's a big file that says printer profiles, and there's like 2,000 printer profiles that it loads every time. If you delete them all, it'll literally half the time it takes to load. Not kidding. I can show you. Yeah.
Oh crap! I forgot to add supports.
I do a screen share because I haven't actually done it on my current version of Cura. Oh, do I even have Cura in here? Yeah, Ultimaker Cura. Oh, put in Finder. See if you watch this. I right click on it in the Mac. I don't know about you, but show package contents. And then you go into resources. And then resources again, I think it is. Definitions, image, materials, qualities. One of these, darn it. Can't remember which one. There's actually a bunch of these plugins you can delete too that you'll never use. That matter not anymore. Some of them are some like really antique crap. What the hell is it? Bundled packages. Definitions. Ah, there they are. It's definitions. Look at all of these. You don't need all of these. You only need the ones you're going to keep. And it loads all of these every single time it starts up.
Hang on then. I'll just double check.
And you need 3 files in there. You need the printer profile, you need the extruder profile for that printer, and then you need the generic. Those are the only 3 you need for each of your printers. So if you actually use it for other printers besides that, but yeah, you need to delete all of these, dude. And it literally halves it. You need this FDM extruder, FDM printer, and then your actual printer.
Is it in the plugins section, is it?
No, it's in definitions.
Hang on a minute.
Resources, definitions.
Resources, definitions. Oh, yeah, I see. Tons of them.
Yeah, but remember this and actually if you're using it for the MOI, there'll be one that says you need the custom. Even if you're not using a custom, you need to keep that. You need to keep the FDM extruder, you need to keep the FDM printer definition, and you need to keep whatever printers you're doing. If you're using it on an SLS or any of the other ones, DLPs, you have to keep the DLP printer profile, the DLP custom, the DLP. But you can get rid of like all these Crealities. If you don't have a Creality CR10, you can get rid of anything that says Creality. You can get rid of anything that says Builder Premium. Anything that's any cubic. All this stuff can get tossed. And look at them all. Oh, and you do have to keep the Ultimate it up. And actually, I don't think you do, because I think I deleted it last time and it still worked. You need to keep the Ultimaker original definition. This one right here. But all that crap can go away. And there's other stuff, the plugins, any of the plugins you don't use. Yeah. And there's some plugins there for file formats that, I mean, you're never going to use like DXT or DXF file formats. So you can get rid of all those plugins, not load those. This folder. And normally, actually, what I do is I take that whole resources folder, I copy it somewhere, so I can always just drag it back at some point.
Just in case.
Just in case, because I've screwed it up a few times when I first started experimenting with it. Because there are, like I said, there's a few of those you have to keep because that's what controls all the other ones, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you can delete 90% of that crap. And it literally halves the startup time.
Sound.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work on my computer anymore. I don't know, not even try and fire it up where my computer's all tagged. If I fired it up right now, it would probably take like 5 minutes to. It'd take like 30 seconds to start up. Then it'd take 5 minutes to draw on the screen. That's my problem, is it won't draw on the screen anymore because my computer's too old. So the program's running. I just can't control anything because I can't see any of the buttons.
Yeah. I think I'll reduce that by 30%. And add supports. Yeah.
There's some other stuff you could delete too. I can't remember what it was, but. If you go into the Ultimakers forums on Cura,
there you
I
go.
actually have a whole big long post on how to do it. I actually think I made a video on how to do it. I did make a video on how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I only use Cura just for the Moai, to be honest. Other than that, I use S3D.
Yeah, I'd take Cura over S3D for a lot of reasons. I did not like S3D. I never did. I like Ultimaker, but Idea Maker better. A lot better.
I did like
it. Not like great.
I haven't used Idea Maker since they've updated the support system, but I did it one time when I was using it. It was taking forever to slice a model.
It is a little slower to slice, but it definitely prints better.
Yeah.
It operates better. Now it's got all the multi-layering and multi-processing and everything, and it's different than an S3D. Again, I just did a video on that.
Yeah.
It's actually, once you get a grip on how it works, it makes more sense. Not even more sense. It's just, I don't know. The thing I like about it is you're only adjusting the one or two settings you want to adjust.
Yeah.
You know, where S3D, every layer, every time you want to adjust something, it redoes the whole slicing profile. Where in Idea Maker, if I want to increase my infill, it's all I have to do. Everything else stays.
Yeah.
And all you do is adjust that one setting or two settings or whatever you want. And you don't have to keep the whole, which actually makes it lighter. Makes the file lighter. Crap. I'm going to probably bolt in 5 minutes.
Okie doke, mate.
Huh?
Okie doke. It's nearly 3 a.m. for me as well.
Yeah, it's 10 here. I got stuff I got to do. I got a call. I'm supposed to work today, and I forgot. Not that it matters that much, but.
Well, Country was definitely sort of like dead chuffed with his blade.
Huh?
Country was dead chuffed with his blade.
Yeah, did you see Fun Kings?
Hey?
Did you watch Fun Kings? Mailbag Monday?
No, I think I missed that one.
Oh, go watch that. It's so much better. He got one too.
Boxed it and
sent him one.
Boxed it and put the knife in the middle of it.
Yeah, I put it like 3 boxes down. There's other stuff too. I did the eye patch, the Pirate King. And when his kid takes out the Pirate King out of the bag, it was just the funniest expression on his face. I thought the kid was going to fall out of his seat. He was laughing so hard at that thing. Then he had his whole little army because I made him a whole bunch of TPU, little mini Fun Kings. He had a whole army of TPU Fun Kings all over the desk. It was a good vid. He did it. They were laughing. It was just, you'll pee your pants for the whole 20 minutes or 15 minutes. It's like 15 minutes long. A long one. I think Glenn got off on a knife more than Walter did. He really liked it. The top part was pretty good. Huh?
Yeah, Mailbag Monday, so it'd be that one, wouldn't it?
Yep. Oh, it's great.
Right, I'll pause it and watch that afterwards.
Yeah. This thing spins pretty good.
I'm waiting for Blaze to come whizzing out the side of it with the.
Maker's Muse did that. He made little plastic blades that printed in it. He actually did it for one of his robots, but he made a top that did that.
All right. What did you think to Tom's video with these battery packed printer?
I think that's a cool idea. I mean, it's kind of stupid and unnecessary, but it was cool.
Yeah.
It's more than I could ever do. All the electronics in that, I'm just like, I kind of scanned through it when he was working on the electronics because I just don't know that stuff. For one, all like his plugs and everything he's using don't apply here. We all use in the U.S. We have it's like a 6-pin system. It's not the 2 at the end of the batteries.
Yeah.
All the batteries, doesn't matter what, has a major single pin in the middle. Whether it's a tool or a toy, or there's like a UL listing for the US for that kind of crap. So they're all like,
must be nice.
Kind of a pin plug. It's not the 2 on the ends like he had. You can't get that in the US. They all have to be shielded and protected with this is actually a guard. Until I plug it in, you can't short this out. This little yellow piece is a guard that pops out of the way the minute you stick it into the tool. So you wouldn't even be able to do that. You'd have to break this guard off.
Yeah.
All the tools have to come this way now, which is fairly new. So yeah, I was gonna kill the stream. Oh look, they just showed. What's up, Theory? Am I saying that right, Theory? Yeah, I asked him how to pronounce that once, and then I totally usually spaced it. Can't remember. Hello, hello. Goodbye, goodbye. We're gonna leave in a minute or two. Go watch Fun King's video or Country's video. I was hoping that yeah, I made one for Chris Riley too. I did one for all 3 of them.
It's Chris Denise.
I don't think he's doing a video on it. He had it sitting out there.
Ah, cool.
Thierry like Teresa? Thierry or Theory?
Theory.
It's Thierry from it's like Teresa.
Oh,
Teresa,
right.
or is it Teresa? Teresa. Or Teresa. I don't know. I'm
So
the
I
world's
think-
worst at the English language, so I'm terrible with spelling and pronunciations and all of that crap.
It's like when I write something like I'll put 2 like double L because I'm used to the Welsh language because we have double L's which are pronounced like 1 L, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, we do some of that. It's weird. You gotta remember the American English language is like half of all you European stuff.
Yeah.
Half of it's French and half of it's English and half of it's Scottish and half of it's Australian.
Good old Heinz 57 mix.
Yep. The basic American mutt language. Anyway, I think I'm going to kill it now that we actually have people watching. There's a whole 5 people watching. Who's actually in here? Oh, App Pupil's in here. I didn't even see him come in. What's up, Jeff?
That's a lot of 50%.
Well, it is the American language, man. There's like 50%. Boo. Sorry, dude. I was only going to do it for an hour. It's been a little over an hour now. When did I start at like 10 of? Hey, we're at 40%, dude. It's booking along all of a sudden by transcoding. That's unusual.
What are you doing? Building a video?
Yeah, it's I have the knife. Have you seen the knives yet?
Oh, yeah.
I videotaped building Walters. Actually taking the original knife out of the package and cutting and drilling and pulling the original handle off and then sticking his handle on and bolting it all together. And it's funny because I did both Fun Kings and Chris Riley's beforehand, and those took me less than 5 minutes to drill out, reset, put together, and have going. It took me like a half an hour to do Walters because it just I don't know, because I was videotaping it.
Yeah.
just had to had to do the
I think that's
what do you
problem
call
I
it?
with the moon. I was having to videotape it from above because I was doing a time lapse, and then I was having to constantly remember, keep the bloody model in front of the camera. And I'd end up just putting it on my lap and start working on it, and suddenly realise, for 10 minutes it's not been in view for the camera.
Yeah. Well, I do that a little bit too. Well, my problem is I don't have an overhead rig. I gotta get an overhead rig because I actually have 3 of these freaking cameras now. If you include all my little sports camera, I got like 6 of them. So I could build a little overhead rig easily enough.
I just end up using one of my tripods and have it angled precariously with the little C90 on it.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't. All I have is this desk, and I couldn't get it up there. I shot it from over here with a regular camcorder. Kind of doing that. I mean, it was down at it, but it's not up above.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of spots there's a couple of places I put sorry because I didn't take any. A lot of times, if I know the process, so I know there's a couple of spots I need to like take a screenshot, or I just take a regular everyday picture, and I just post that into the video while I'm yakking about it, so you can actually see what the hell I'm talking about. But of course, I forgot to do all that.
As you do.
What knives? You got to watch Fun Kings or I highly recommend Fun Kings Mailbag Monday.
Yeah, do that one.
Tonight's Country 3Ds live. About an hour into it, he opened the box I sent him because I was eating dinner while he was streaming, so he wouldn't open it until I got there, which I really didn't care, but it was cool he did it when I was there.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. But yeah, watch Mailbag Monday with Fun King 3D, and you'll get it because that's definitely better. Because I buried the knife in like 4 boxes deep. 3. It's even better because you got to listen to his kid. His kid's opening the initial box, and he's like, "How much tape did you use on this?" And I'm just laughing, going, "There's a reason I did that. Wait till you." And then Glenn opens it up, pulls the knife out. He just bursts out laughing because it all clicked in his head then at that point. Is that it? Is that the Fun King one, TK?
Yeah. No, so
it's a good video. I mean, Glenn's fun to watch. I just like watching his kid. That's why I love sending them stuff because the kid is just way more fun than Glenn. His face is just awesome. He makes the wickedest expressions. I mean, he's a kid.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. That's why I got hooked on Glenn and Xander and Fun King because I like that he does it with Xander. You know what I mean? It's one of those promoting the kid things.
Yeah, I mean, when my mates have come around and they brought their kids, they fly to the 3D printers. Yeah. They want to know what they are, what they do. And then when I start...
but I mean, I just like it's one of those father-son-y type attitude-y.
Yeah.
It's not just some dude like me playing with a 3D printer. He gets his kids involved in it.
Yeah.
And the kids are already burnt out on it from what I understand from the sounds of it. But at least he tried.
I think if I had kids, I wouldn't have these things. He'd be able to afford them.
Yeah. I expected my nephews and stuff to go that crazy over him. They're like, yeah, whatever. they're like, yeah. And I've got 2-3 nephews that are like big time. I have one, check this out. My second oldest nephew was in college for computer science. He got a job as an intern getting paid $80,000 a year. Part-time. He's part-time. He's been there a year. They just informed him that not only when he finishes his 4-year degree, and he's on his 3rd year, he's got 1 more year to go. When he finishes it, he's hired, guaranteed. He has to sign a contract with him to work with him for 5 years, which he's got no problems with. He loves it. And they're going to pay off his college debts.
Whoa. And how old is he?
21, 22.
That's a lot of money for 21.
Yes and no. He's in Boston, and there's a
right, yeah.
big fluctuation of funds there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bit like living in London.
For a house here in my town on a beach is like $1,200 or $1,300 a month.
Yeah.
There, an apartment is $2,000, not including utilities.
Yeah.
You know, bread here for a loaf of bread is a couple bucks. Bread in Boston is $4 or $5 for a loaf of bread. So the income isn't, but still, he's making 80 or 90 grand a year part time.
Yeah.
As an intern.
You're lucky to get like minimum wage in this country for part time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's in a very specific field, and he's really good at it. He's really, really good at it. Because my brother, not his father, but another one of my brothers, lives right down the street from him now. That's how he got into Boston. It's because he stayed with his uncle, my other brother.
Yeah.
Who is a computer scientist. That's his actual title. He is a computer scientist. And he's been doing it for 40 years now, 30 years. And he's only making 200 grand. Which sounds like a lot, but again, you're in Boston, so
yeah,
you know, it is a lot. I mean, it's a decent income. He's far from uncomfortable financially. And he's got 2 kids of his own that are in college that he's just paying for. And I'm not going to say it's not hurting him, but, you know, he's not lacking for anything.
Yeah.
You know, he decided last year he wanted a new snowblower, so we went out and bought a new snowblower. Can he just go out and buy a car anytime he wants? No. But pretty much anything else he wants, he has the money. And
yeah.
He's not uncomfortable in life. Put it that way. Although people don't realize that Red Hat just got bought out, so I don't know how much longer he's going to last there. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's even out yet. Actually, no, it went public like a month ago that they're going to buy it. IBM bought Red Hat. Or is in the process of buying Red Hat. They have to go through because they're the last 2 competitors. IBM is Red Hat's competitor.
Yeah.
And they're the last 2 big server-side software. People don't realize Windows is not a server-side software system.
Yeah.
You either run IBM or Red Hat or one of the little rinky-dinkies. Those are the last 2 commercially big, from what I understand. I don't know that much about it. So they're going through the government's doing the antitrust BS because they want to make sure there's, you know, competition. It's not doesn't become a monopoly.
Right. Better call it a night.
Yeah, I'm out of here. Oh, Michael just freaking popped in too. Everyone's popping in now that we're getting ready to leave. What's up with that? Is that here for an hour? We're just, you know, like 4 of us and 3 of us were in the stream. I think it was John. John left and everyone started showing up. Maybe it was turn. No, just kidding. Anyways, yeah, we're going to sign off now, guys. Have fun. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I highly recommend watching the YouTube link that TK just put up. It's funny as hell. Glenn and Xander are awesome people. Have you been here half an hour? I told you how. You haven't spoken. That's why. Anyway, have a good night. Go watch Xander open boxes of stuff. That's fun and cool and
okay. Catch you tomorrow then.
It is hilarious. I mean, Xander just makes that video. He just kills me. The kid is so funny. And I mean, Glenn does a lot of talking, but keep your eye on Xander. Anyway, we're off. Later, guys.
Cheers.